This is my sleepy voice, and you are listening to Night Fictions Episode 3, The Winter Ball.
Welcome to Ballmart. Toss aside your scarves and your worries. Come and warm yourself with our award-winning customer service. Relax with a warm mug of savings as you experience the use of your legs, eyes, and fingers across our entire collection. Because that's the Ballmart guarantee.
Welcome to Ballmart indeed. The supermarket is so bright that you have to squint. The insane ceiling of intense fluorescence not only lights up every corner of the place, it reflects harshly against all of the wares, which, now that your eyes are adjusting, you see are snow globes.
Bazillions of the things. All the snow globes there need to be, all of some time. That's also the Ballmart guarantee.
Ballmart indeed. You realize it is a strange, no, actually stupid choice of name. There are no balls. Or maybe technically... Hey, you're thinking about it. So, they got you suppose?
Your experience matters to most of us. That's why we're offering all of our customers the chance to look at any of our products absolutely free. Forget about those other guarantees because actually, that's the Ballmart guarantee.
Wow, you say as you walk through an aisle, taken aback by shelf after shelf holding just a selection of the greater, unlimited selection of snow globes.
And that's not all. We're letting you shake as many globes as you want for no money back. Because, one more for you. That's right, it's the Ballmart guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, give it the old Ballmart try.
With so many guarantees, how can you resist?
Okay, Ballmart.
You squeal.
I will then.
You close your eyes, happily spin on your heel once, then open your eyes and pick up the first snow globe you see. A bench sits illuminated beneath a lamppost near a park, and with a simple shake, the snow begins to fall heavily. You suppose you've been sat here for a while, considering the amount of snow that has settled on you. The fellow next to you sneezes, which brings your attention back to him. You notice his sneeze sent a sizable chunk of snow down from his hat to burst into the snow on the ground. He sniffs, then wipes his nose with his sleeve. You're not looking at him directly, but even so, the wind blows such a flurry of snow that you'd never be able to make out his face.
Yep, that's me. Town boy, born and raised. Up until a month ago, I had spent every waking moment of my life in this town. So, yep, I'd say I know it pretty dang well.
He indicates to the right.
You can see some of the dim light of the town from this bench. Just about make out the clock tower. That great-granddaddy has been here longer than anyone else. The whole town was built around it. It still remains as sturdy as the passing of time itself.
He stands up to face the town, the rest of his body snow dropping off. You can see him clearly now. His face is square-jawed with a thick, well-groomed mustache. He looks strong and weathered, with warm chestnut eyes peering through round spectacles.
If you follow this here path I'm standing on, you'll soon hit the cobblestone roads that emerge into the town square. The tavern is easy to find, don't worry, tucked in just beside the tower. And you need only follow the festoons of lanterns to the marketplace. A thing to behold, cheerful, warm, and inviting. All kinds of trinkets for sale, crafts. Well, yes, we do have some crafty folk in this place. And foods, wines. But what the people here really live for, well, that's the winter ball.
The winter ball? That sounds fun.
You say from underneath what is now a few inches of snow covering your whole body. You are sitting amazingly still. Good job.
Yes, sirree, the winter ball. A magical occasion. Everyone dressed up in their finest, dancing and laughing, giving the gifts of love, friendship, time. But the new sheriff in town, he thinks this town can survive without it. He wants to shut it down, destroy it once and for all. Wants to submerge our tradition in the unforgiving ice.
Oh, well that seems like a shame. Sounds like you guys are really into the ball.
Sure are. And without it, I know for sure we cannot persevere. Maybe the ball was all we are, all we'll ever be.
He casts a perfectly still, perfectly silent gaze at the town. The snowfall is lighter now, still dancing in the breeze.
Oh, no, I'm not from around here, but you guys will work something out.
Maybe. But at what cost?
He turns around, facing the other way down the path.
You know, as a child, I used to look up at that crest there, where the woods begin. My mind would race at the thought of what else might be out there. Now I know. There's only reason to fear what lies beyond.
You turn only your eyes, not daring to break the now very impressive exoskeleton of snow that is falling on you. You can see the path, winding up a steep hill towards white trees.
Well, suppose I best get myself over to the town hall for the meeting. Good to meet you. Stay out of trouble now.
He strolls away, whistling a wintry tune. The further he gets from you, the less the snow falls, until finally you can no longer see him, and it no longer snows.
Raising the Ballmart benchmark, one customer at a time. We promise to love and to hold your shopping experience, which is why, starting from right now, all stores have been officially declared poison-free. Ballmart, where you can breathe easy.
You walk down the aisle, making liberal use of the air with no poison in it. There are really too many snow globes here. You are overwhelmed by the choice.
Are you feeling lost? Need a helping hand? No problem. Simply close your eyes and spin, and you'll do the rest by simply opening your eyes and choosing the first globe you see. Ballmart, where we let you do it all.
That's what you did last time, but you couldn't fault the logic then, and you certainly can't fault it now. You tried 2 spins this time, and on your toe. Just as the dizziness starts to creep in, you stop and open your eyes. Your vision straightens, and you grab a snow globe. A bustling winter market in the town square at night, lit by charming little lanterns dotted around the place. One other light, brighter and more orange, comes from the window of the tavern, presumably packed with rosy-cheeked patrons.
Well, that looks nice. I could do with some of that festive cheer.
You look around, sort of expecting someone to be there to respond, but of course, there are only balls. So you give this one a shake. You push open the heavy tavern door, thirsty for a wassailing. but the sight is far less inviting from within. The place is packed with people, sure, but there is no drinking and merriment. Instead, the atmosphere is full of anger and frustration. The room is warm. You can smell a fire, but you don't see a fireplace. The large crowd face a woman stood at the back of the tavern, in front of a bay window. Her hair is fiery red and tied back beneath a worn green Stetson hat. She confronts the crowd confidently, arms extended in a firm but assuring manner. Behind her, outside through the bay window, the snow falls heavily. The marketplace lanterns twinkle in the distance.
All right now, folks, cool your boots. I understand we're feeling pretty heated tonight, but there ain't no need to get toasty with each other. We're all on the same side here.
Two men in the crowd draw your attention more than the others. One is a tall, heavy-set man with an uncomfortable look on his face. He stands silently and loyally beside a scrawny man with patchy stubble, denim clothing, no shoes, and the loudest voice.
The time for talking's over. You and your fancy pants ooh-la-la mediators done took your shot. Ain't that right, Denny?
Dinny, the big, silent one, nods.
No, stop. No, wait, y'all ain't thinking straight. We know that this man's power is something fierce, and if you try to take him down, who's to say he won't take the rest of us down with him? I mean, who's to say you could even get close enough to try? We need to take our time, figure out a strategy.
I'm afraid there is little sense to be made of anything around here.
Hey, it's Park Bench Guy. Cool.
As y'all know, I have been away for some time now, exploring the wilds, trying to see what's out there.
All right, so what did you find out there, Harold? Gotta be another town somewhere. And more guns, more munitions, more people. I don't know about y'all, but I want to outnumber this sumbitch. Ain't that right, Denny?
Dinny nods.
I ventured beyond the forest, where the trees came to an abrupt end, and I found only ice, a wall of it, reaching up and beyond the heavens, stretching out further than my old eyes could see. I knew I had to come straight back to town and tell y'all what I had seen. And as soon as I get back, I see what has happened to this place at the hands of the sheriff. Well, now I know. There is trouble afoot. Which is why we must do the only thing we can do, no matter the cost. I know, that is a frightening idea. But I know y'all are all hurting, and that y'all wish to dance again. You wish to dance, Anne-Marie, do you not? To dance, to drink, to eat, to give the gift, song, and promise to our neighbors, like we have always done.
Yes, Harold. Of course I wish to dance. I wish to see my daughter trying on her gown for the first time. I wish to drink and celebrate with all y'all until we're dying of laughter and rolling under the tables, but...
You don't have to save the town all by yourself, Anne-Marie. We're all here, brothers and sisters, kinsfolk, with the power to say no more. We can invoke the duel.
Anne-Marie looks up at Harold, out at the crowd, then back to the wise bench guy again. She nods.
All right. Let's call the duel.
Yeah, boy. It's about time we fought fire with fire. Ain't that right, Denny?
Dinny begins to shake. His eyes are blackened. The crowd all turn to him, and suddenly he opens his mouth wide. Denny shouts, the room gets hotter. You smell more and more smoke, but you still can't see any. Or the fire, which you can hear now, consuming and growing. As the heat intensifies, you back up to the door, finding it difficult to turn away from Denny and the crowd that watch him. But then your hand touches the door. You find the handle and pull, escaping to the cold outside. For a moment, the difference in temperature is so stark and sudden that you worry your body might shut down. But the frosty air cools the heat that was fast claiming you, and soon you are totally, but comfortably, without feeling, as you follow the lanterns into the marketplace. The snowfall now is light, but steady. Flakes appear to fly away from you as you move, like they have minds of their own. Soon you reach the square, and above you the clouds have parted, and the moon bathes the marketplace in silver light, strongly illuminating the scene for you. And a scene it is, much like what you saw when you were holding this globe in your hand. People all around you stand still, frozen, a slice of time, when they were busy. The apple merchant had just taken a bite of a big red one, the juice stuck in mid-drip down his chin. His other hand indicates proudly at his wares to an old woman who continues to take a very long time to find a coin in her purse. A little dog with scruffy mottled fur hangs in the air, jaws open in hopes of obtaining the stick held by a child wrapped up in numerous layers of clothing. The kid looks like a marshmallow, all puffy and round. And the queue for the roasted chestnuts is long and unmoving, but the young couple towards the back don't mind. They are locked in an endless kiss. They seem so happy that you wonder if they wished for this. You continue to move through the market until you reach its end. The snow is barely falling, just a few flakes lazily make their way down. The moon glistens off of the icy cobblestone. Your eyes trace the road into the distance, where a small gate leads to the park. Suddenly the clock tower chimes. It makes you jump. You instinctively turn to face it, listen for a spell, trying to see the hands turning. It's a bit far away, so you squint your eyes, just as a single snowflake lands on your nose.
We know it's a little nippy outside, which is why we've built bonfires that encircle every store to keep our stores Ballmart toasty.
It is pretty toasty in here. You fan yourself with your hand as you continue down another aisle, still unable to carefully peruse the stock. How can anyone choose with all this choice?
Congratulations! You have been chosen to participate in a Ballmart customer experience survey.
Some kind of screen appears in front of you. It isn't material, your hand passes right through, but you're unable to move through, past, or around it. The thing just stays in front of you wherever you go. The word survey flashing in front of an animated loop of exploding snow and glitter.
Simply answer the following questions to get rewards of up to 10.
The screen displays a giant number 1. It's wearing reindeer antlers.
Question number 1. If you could have any superpower, which ball would it be?
Okay, this whole thing is really very annoying and not at all what you want to do. You continue trying to avoid the screen.
I don't know. Flying.
Question number 2. Given the choice, would you rather happily live forever?
What's the... come on!
Your dance with the screen intensifies. You start whirling around it, hoping to eventually outmaneuver it.
Question number 3. What's your perfect ball?
You sprint in a circle as you answer. Is the screen getting tired? It seems to be moving slower.
I guess the one with a lovely, quaint winter scene.
Now, that's it. You're one step ahead of the screen. It isn't in your face for just a moment, and you dizzily reach out at a snow globe on the shelf in front of you. You don't even get to look at it before the screen catches up and slides in front of your face again, displaying a big, sad face with a tear rolling down its cheek.
Congratulations! That's the Ballmart guarantee.
You shake the globe. You're all alone. The loneliness is heavy, as though you were chained to the floor. But you are unbound, just locked up, in the single cell that adjoins the sheriff's office. From your sat spot on the straw mattress lying in a corner of the cell, you use your finger to trace the marks made on the faded brick walls by a previous prisoner. They were here for a long time. Many days, months, perhaps years. No way to tell. You lean against the wall behind you and sigh heavily. Suddenly, the door to the office bursts open. A large man, obscured by a torrent of white from the outside, enters the dimly lit room. He quickly forces back the door, flings a set of keys onto the desk, grabs a pipe, and drags a stool a few meters from your cell. He's sporting a dirty, well-worn, full-length scarlet-red leather jacket, and his hair is white, slicked with oil and grease. He lights his pipe, and finally looks at you.
Now you are very interesting to me. 'Cause this ain't the sort of place folk come to. Know what I mean? Not a talker, huh?
Oh, no, yeah, I can talk. Sorry.
Well, all right, talker. Tell me how you got here.
You think for a moment. I was, I think, in Ballmart?
What the hell's a Ballmart?
Like a shop. Big shop with snow globes. I just shook a few, and now...
Yep, I knew it. Knew you weren't from around here.
He leans in, studies you carefully with icy blue eyes.
Well, I don't take you for a fighter. No offense. No fire. No steel in you. No guile.
Oh, well, no, hang on. I've got guile.
All right, fine. But I doubt you're the one they sent to take me out.
You shake your head. No, I'm just in here because of Ballmart. He takes another drag, exhales smoke for ages, then taps his pipe out on his boots.
Learning a lot today.
He walks over to a shelf, takes down a bottle of whiskey and 2 glasses. As he does, you take a moment to glance through the barred window of your cell. Snow is still falling outside, but it's less heavy now.
Drink?
Sure. He pours you both a few fingers. When you go to drink yours, the liquid inside appears to freeze. Nothing goes into your mouth to warm your bones. The sheriff has no trouble necking a couple of glasses. After a while, you break the silence. So, you have to do a fight?
Yep. Gotta do a fight.
But do you have to? I mean, can't you just be a sheriff that lets the ball
The
happen?
ball is a curse. It's a crutch. And comes the time for their crutch to be kicked out from under them.
But they seem to really like it.
Yes. Yes, they do.
He takes another long draw on what is now a newly packed pipe and squints to size you up, as if trying to determine the depths to which you are capable of understanding.
I've been doing this a long time, if it is indeed possible to make such an assertion. Many iterations stacked upon the head of the other, all of them unique. If it's not a winter ball, it's an undersea dance, a Dust Bowl banquet, a festival of light hosted by the stars themselves, etc., etc., etc. But all serve the same purpose: to stave off the inevitable.
But people are dying, though. That can't be good. I mean, I saw them in the marketplace, frozen. You're ruining these people's lives. They seemed to be happy before you came along. I mean, what can be so bad about letting them have their fun? As the sheriff chuckles, his eyes roll, indicating he's now questioning his initial assessment of you.
So you think I'm the bad guy? That's okay. It makes little difference to me. So did the people of the ghost towns that I've left in my wake, gently bobbing to a halt as my bow wave dissipates and only stillness and calm prevails. I am nature's right hand. And I'm not sure how, but I suspect that you, my little caged bird, may have brought my unbeaten record to an end.
Oh, whoa. What did I do?
What did you do? Indeed.
The sheriff stands suddenly and walks over to your cell. He looms large as he blocks the light pouring from the lantern on his desk, with his demeanor shifting from somewhat friendly to what is now a haloed dark figure that emanates what you suspect is just the tip of his terrible power. I just shook a few globes. I didn't have a choice, really.
Choice? You think you have no choice? You could have turned around and run right out of that Ballmart. But you didn't, did you? You stayed. To shake a few globes, as you put it. You made a choice to shake things up.
The sheriff's rage quickly melts as you notice his eyes becoming contemplative. He turns and walks back to his stool, releasing the light from its eclipse. But he doesn't sit.
Well, here they are. The things have been shaken. And now this place and these people are careening toward an abomination that I fear I cannot prevent.
The clock tower chimes somewhere in the distance. Because of the duel, the sheriff begins strapping on his gun belt.
An ancient wisdom that predates even my own has leaked in from somewhere. Maybe the edge has a hair crack caused by your presence. Or perhaps it's something bigger than both of us. Maybe the cogs of my demise were greased and turning long before you shook a single globe. Hell, maybe my six-shooter can save this town from itself. Stay out of trouble now, my little caged bird.
As the sheriff laughs his hearty laugh, he pulls open the door to the outside. Only a few snowflakes swirl around him as he briskly exits and trudges out into the town square to meet his opponent. You look again through the cell window and see him walking towards what seems to be a wall of fire in the distance. You hear the faint roaring, and the buildings surrounding the square are illuminated by the orange glow. The sheriff moves his hand towards his hip as the last snowflake hits the ground. Something's changed about Ballmart. It's a simple yet enormous change. There are no more snow globes. The shelves are empty, spanning for miles with naught but dust upon them.
Can't make head nor tail of your situation. Can't hear yourself under all the noise. Can't see the wood for the trees. No problem. Here at Ballmart, we've been working round the clock to ensure your selection process is as streamlined and hassle-free as possible. That's why we've left just one single snow globe. The right one. The one for you. Just waiting for you to discover it.
Ballmart's right. There, on the next aisle, right on the top shelf, you see something catch the light. The single snow globe almost appears to be looking down at you, eager for your arrival. But how do you get up there? The shelves are far too far apart to climb.
Need a helping hand? Simply scream! And a qualified Ballmart technical customer service artisan will come running to help.
Well, you're not going to scream. That seems totally unnecessary. Instead, you quickly recall how well spinning has worked out for you up to now when it came to getting hold of a snow globe. So you begin. You spin. You spin and spin and spin. Faster and faster until your feet start to leave the ground.
We'd like to remind all customers that the use of spinning to take flight is strictly prohibited in our stores.
Shut it, Ballmart. There's no stopping this now. You're sure that this snow globe is the one you've been looking for. You don't know why, but you're sure. With each full spin, you become more sure of it.
We'd like to remind customers that, while super cool, flying in our stores is really not what we want to see. So stop, or you'll regret it. That's the Ballmart guarantee.
You're at the top shelf. You see the snow globe flash past you, and suddenly you reach out your arms to grab the shelf, abruptly halting your spin. The supermarket continues to spin around you. You try to focus on the globe and steady your dizziness. All you can see in there is a blizzard, fierce and relentless, swirling around behind the glass. Perhaps you can make out the occasional light or part of a building, but you're not sure. You grab the snow globe, desperately hoping to snap out of it and make sense of the picture. But instead, the shelf snaps, and you plummet to the ground, snow globe in hand. You land hard but harmlessly on your back. The snow globe shatters as it hits the ground. Glass, water, and snow come pouring out.
Uh-oh. Looks like we need a clean-up on aisle that one.
A nightmarish sound tears through the air as the shelving units begin to crumple and disappear from one direction. Soon, the aisles right next to you are also swallowed up as an enormous industrial beast comes racing at you. You scramble to your feet and run for your life. It's gaining on you. You can feel it. The sound of its razor-sharp mandibles eating up every empty shelf behind you is deeply worrying. The shelves beside and in front of you tremble in fear, and as you run, it starts to feel cold. Is that snow floating alongside you? The floor is a bit slippery, and as you look down in order to focus on it and prevent a fall, you see that it is mostly dirt and frozen grass now. You hop over a fallen tree branch, then a stone, then look back up in front of you. Between some of the shelves is a tree, then a few more, until all shelves give way to trees and the supermarket is all forest. Thin for the moment, but you see it growing dense up ahead. There are far more obstacles in your way now, and you find yourself stumbling more often. The heat from the killer cleaner is intense, and you hear steam being released from the valves as it gives itself a boost to catch you. Finally, you reach a much thicker patch of forest and leap between two trees growing tightly together. You hear the beast taking longer to swallow, and so you chance a quick look over your shoulder to see if it is indeed slowing. The look back was a mistake. Your foot catches a stray root and you crash to the ground, rolling and tumbling on the snowy forest floor. You stop rolling and look up. The beast is just above you, engine oil dripping from its eternally hungry mouth. You scramble backwards, eyes wide in fear. This is it. This is where you get eaten by an aisle cleaner. Suddenly, your back presses up against what feels like a large rock formation. The cleaner lunges at you, mandibles agape. You roll to the side and hear it crash against the stone. You leap to your feet and run again, now partly climbing and jumping through this craggier part of the woods. You pass more and more large boulders, noticing the trees thinning too. The beast is still crunching stone somewhere out there, but it's quieter now. Then suddenly, you enter a clearing, and all you can hear is the sound of you catching your own breath. You lost it. You move further into the clearing and scan the horizon. The night sky gives way to a burnt haze that obscures the stars. Something's changed. The landscape undulates in the distance as you work your way down the slope and leave the forest behind you. You join a well-trodden path winding down the hill. There's no more snow, not even a bit. The lonely bench on the perimeter looks mundane as you pass it and approach the recognizable cobblestone road that leads you into town. The icy cobbles used to sparkle and twinkle as they reflected the moonlight. Now they smolder red and yellow. You rake yourself over them, moving towards the center of town. The great's granddaddy is burning, a beacon still amidst the flickering embers. There's the tavern, and the patrons are pouring out, singing one of many tunes flying around the scorching air. You pass more people, all of them so merry and seemingly oblivious to the inferno that surrounds and consumes their town. They're so happy. The market square is thriving with a throng of revelers. You push your way to the front of the crowd, observing from the edge of the dance floor. Couples begin passing you, twirling, jumping and dancing together. Anne-Marie is dancing with Harold. Dinny is spinning his mouthy brother. And everyone on the dance floor is circling the charred remains of the sheriff. Wait, this feels wrong. What have they done? You want to ask the question, but someone pulls you onto the dance floor. And so you stand there, conspicuously static as folks swing and sway, parading past you. Now you can see their faces you hadn't noticed before, distorted by joy, extreme and terrifying grins, their eyes cast in shadow, contrasting the intense light that glares off their skin. You are in a daze watching them circle around you. And now, finally, you begin to feel the heat. And the snow is so very far away. You close your eyes. Someone takes you by the hand again. And you begin to spin. Thank you for listening to Night Fictions Episode 3, The Winter Ball. Night Fictions is created by Lee Beckesis, Joe Owen, and Andrew Wilden Dennis. This episode was originally improvised by Leah Beckesis on keys, Don Clark on guitar, Gavin Williamson King on samples and keys, Joe Owen on synth bass, and Andrew Wilden Dennis on vocals. Produced by Leah Beckesis and Andrew Wilden Dennis, with additional musical arrangement by Leah Beckesis. Harold, the park bench guy, was played by Mike Bodie. Anne-Marie was played by Virginia Lee, and additional crowd voices by Mike Bodie, Alex Eller, Dana Swanson, and Chantel Turner. The voice of Ballmart was played by Sally Walker-Taylor. The narrator, the visitor, the loud guy in the crowd, and the sheriff were played by Andrew Wheelman Dennis.